What's up, everyone? Welcome to Yoga with Adriene. Today we are in the park and we have a salacious, I didn't mean to say that, I meant sizzling, but I'm gonna keep it. We have a salacious and sizzling strengthening practice for you. You asked for it. This is focusing on the lower body today. We got yoga for your butt and yoga for your thighs. That's right, boys and girls. You want it, you got it. You want it, so now we're in the park and you're gonna get it. Yoga for your butt and your thighs today. Let's hop on the mat and get moving. Alrighty, my friends, today we're gonna begin at the head of our mat. Hey-yo. Let's bring feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward, and just nice and easy breezy, soft knees. We're gonna inhale, reach the fingertips all the way up and overhead, stretching through the front body, stretching through the side body, stretching through the back body. The fingertips can kiss here like so. Mwah. And we reach, and then exhale, keep the heart, torso lifting as we float the fingertips down. Same thing, just like that. Inhale, reach it up, fingertips kiss overhead. Mwah. We keep reaching, maybe climb a little through the side body here. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, float the fingertips away. One more time, just like that, soft knees. Inhale, we come into our bodies. We come to check in with our breath. And this time we're gonna interlace the fingertips, palms come together here, and check in with the side body. So just take it one way first, and then through center and the opposite direction. Stretching through the side body. One more time on each side, taking it side to side. Maybe this time opening the chest, the heart up towards the ceiling or the sky. In my case, I'm looking at a cloud that looks like a seahorse or a baby dragon. Should give a shout out to Mark here in the Reloop program. Every time I think of dragons, I think of Game of Thrones now, Mother of Dragons. Anyway, and back to center we go. Inhale, reach it up, and exhale, floating the fingertips down and away. Great. Take a second here to loop the shoulders, forward, up, and back. And then we'll come into a nice open palm Tadasana here. Take a second to close your eyes. Maybe shift your weight front and back, side to side on the feet. Come into a place where we feel like we're spreading the weight equally through the ball joint of the big toe, that big toe mound, the ball joint of the pinky toe, and the back two corners of the heels. Stack your head over your heart, heart over your pelvis, and let's take 3 nice, long, smooth, deep breaths here. Engaging the thighs, drawing energy up from the arches of the feet. One more breath. Great, then bend the knees, soft knees here, as once again we inhale, reach it all the way up. Fingertips kiss up and overhead, mwah, and this time we bow forward. Coming into forward fold, Uttanasana. Take a second to grab the elbows here, rock a little side to side. Bend the knees as generously as feels good. Feel the skin of the back stretch, the muscles lengthen. We allow the weight of the head and the torso to just fall over here. And again, we can check in with our weight distribution on the feet, rocking a little front to back, side to side, and then spreading awareness through all 4 corners. Keep deepening your breath. Then on an exhale, release the fingertips, and we'll inhale, lift halfway. So coming to a flat back position, fingertips are either on the mat, palms on the shins, or palms all the way up on the thighs as we loop the shoulders and pull those elbows back. Great, draw the lower belly in. Find that sit bone to heel connection here. Imagine a long, beautiful neck here as we extend the crown of the head forward and extend the tail towards the back edge of your mat. Take a deep breath in here, inflate. Sweet, and then exhale, follow your breath down. Great, tuck the chin into the chest. Swiftly roll it up. Coming back to that open palm Tadasana. We take a deep breath in. Then exhale, blow it out through the lips. Sweet, here we go again. Inhale, reach it all the way up. Exhale, diving forward. Follow your breath as you inhale, lift to flat back position. Inflate and follow your exhale down. Awesome. Fingertips come to the mat here. We're going to slide the right toes back into a low lunge or runner's lunge here. Stack the front knee over the front ankle, and let's just give it a little movement. So to each his own here. Find a little organic movement as you maybe move the hips. Maybe you walk that left foot out a little bit so you're not on a tight rope. Make sure you're not crashing down into your fingers or your knuckles. So engage your core. And then everyone loop your shoulders, shine your heart forward. Inhale in, spiking that right heel back. And then exhale, plant the palms, step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Tops of the shoulders draw away from the ears. Tops of the thighs spiral in and out towards the back edge of your mat. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Sweet, then step the right foot up into your lunge, and same thing in the other side. A little fancy free here, so just checking it out. Wiggling one way and then the other. You can always lower that back knee here if that feels more supportive today. And then after a little movement on your own together, let's take a nice deep breath in. Let our hearts shine forward. Find extension through the crown of the head as you spike that left heel back. So we're really engaging that back leg here. Take a deep breath in. And this time on the exhale, plant your palms and step that right foot back to plank. Top of a push-up here as we rock front and back, engaging the backs of the legs, hug the inner thighs together. Now careful not to just clench through the buttocks here. So find that sit bone to heel connection, press away from the earth. All right, one last breath here as we draw the navel up towards the spine, press away from the earth. And on your exhale, slowly lower the knees down, lift the toes. And we'll practice chaturanga, a little strength building in the arms here in the core as we look forward. Inhale in, exhale, slowly lower down. Keep the elbows hugging into the side body, my friends, nice and slow, nice and slow. And then we'll release all the way to the belly. I'm gonna move this out of the way because that apparently looks weird. Chris tells me. In fact, I'm gonna move it all the way over there. Okay, and then the palms underneath the shoulders here. We loop the shoulders back. Shoulder blades glide down the back body as we press into the pubic bone, press into the pelvis, and nice and easy. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Let's go hands free here. Careful not to clench in the buttocks here, but press down through the tops of the feet. Press into the pubic bone here as we open the palms. Pull the elbows back, extension through the crown of the head. If you feel any fussiness in the lower back body, go for length rather than lift. So maybe tuck your chin into your chest. And we take one more breath here, hang with me. And then we exhale, release. Palms come back underneath the shoulders, and we press up to tabletop position. Great, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. We take a second here to press away from the mat. Find integrity from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone. Draw that lower belly in. Keep the neck nice and long. All right, you with me? Here we go. Inhale, send the right toes out long. Turn the right toes towards the left side of the mat, so we're leveling this hip here. So we're going from here to leveling it out, engaging lower belly, hugging the inner thighs towards the midline. As we inhale, left fingertips reach forward. Now plug that left shoulder blade in, and again, keep those hips leveled here. Breathe into the back body. Inhale in, exhale, slowly rounding everything forward, nose to knee, navel draws up. Hold here for 2 breath cycles. Press into the top of that back foot for stability and press away from the mat with that right palm. One more breath here. And then we release. Jumping right into the other side. Left toes extend out. We level the hips here. You might play with this little trick of just turning the left toes towards the right side of your mat. Again, just so you can see, I'm going from stacking the hips here to really leveling them, or at least trying. As I draw the shoulders away from the ears, whenever you're ready, right fingertips reach forward, lower belly draws in. Great, plug that right shoulder in, keep the gaze down. Of course, if you have to look at the video, take a look-see and then come back to your alignment. Breathe in, and on an exhale, nice and slow, carve a line in towards the center, nose to knee. We use the top of that right foot for stability here. We press away from the earth with the left palm, and 2 breaths. And gently release. Awesome. Take a second to rest in child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Deepening the breath. Great, then we'll draw the navel to the spine, so activate your center energetically here as we transition back up to all fours. Walk the palms out. I'm going to return my water bottle. And when you're ready, curl the toes under, send it up, downward facing dog. Smile, take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, let it out through the mouth. Again, just like that, surprise yourself. Inhale in through the nose, and make some noise. Awesome, we're going to slide the sole of the right foot up now, anchor through that left heel. So three-legged dog here. Take a second to point and flex that right foot, rotate the right ankle. Now level the hips here, press away from the palms. Normally we don't stay here too long, so we're going to stay here for a couple breaths here today. So keep that right foot active. You might flex it, you might point it. Again, hugging the inner thighs to the midline. One more breath here. Then we'll bend that right knee. Draw a line with the right knee all the way up and over to kiss the right elbow. Take one breath here. Then we'll step that right foot up into our lunge and send the fingertips back as we lift. So high lunge here. Really squeezing the inner thighs towards the midline, but also tugging back with that right hip crease. So almost as if we were trying to pull the front of the mat and the back of the mat together here. So nice and strong. Now find that sit bone to heel connection in that left leg. And if you're new to the practice and you're just going for the gold here in this video, you might bring the hands to the waistline for a little more stability, just to ground the body as we work these lower body muscles. Otherwise, you can experiment with sitting the fingertips all the way up. Fingertips will kiss up and overhead, and we breathe here. Again, strong sit bone to heel connection in the back leg. We sink a little deeper into that front leg, stacking that front knee over the front ankle. Breathe here. One more breath. Great, then inhale. If you're feeling adventurous, look up. And exhale, float the fingertips down and away. Belly comes to the top of the thigh. Fingertips reach back. We imagine we're pressing away from the earth here as we send that left heel all the way back. Peel the right hip crease. Take nice, long, smooth, deep breaths. Then inhale, look forward, smile. Engage lower belly. As you exhale, release, palms come to the mat, and we step into plank for a vinyasa. So you can do a full vinyasa here if you like, chaturanga to upward dog, or you can do what we did before, lowering the knees, practicing, building that strength as you hug the elbows into the side body, and then lift up to Cobra. So we have a couple options here. Together we'll meet back, downward facing dog. Other side, dropping the right heel, slide the sole of the left leg up. Take a deep breath in. And then level those hips out. 3 nice, long, smooth, deep breaths here. Hug the inner thighs together. Engaging the glutes here as we anchor down through that right heel. Keep going through your checklist. Notice if you're waiting. See if you can stay curious in each posture. Stay curious with each breath, in and out. Great, bend that left knee. Draw a line with it all the way up and over. Left knee kisses left elbow as we look forward. Hover here for one breath. Great, and then step it up into your lunge. Fingertips reach back as we find strong legs, strong inner thighs. And we either bring hands to the waistline here, going through our checklist here, or we send the fingertips all the way up. Fingertips kiss up and overhead. We might experiment with pulling the thumbs back here. And again, strong sit bone to heel connection here. Breathe. One more breath. Great, keep the inner thighs hugging towards the midline. As we release, fingertips back, belly comes to hover above that thigh. Press the palms into an imaginary glass surface here. So imagine the earth has maybe risen up to your palms here. So find a little traction there, a little resistance. Strong back leg. Breathe. Long, beautiful neck. Great, inhale, look forward, smile. Exhale, release. Fingertips coming to the mat. We're gonna step that back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Great, let the weight of the head hang over. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back position. Ardha Uttanasana, and then exhale, fold. Follow your breath. Cool, from here we're gonna bring fingertips to the earth and heel to the feet so that the feet are together, save for about a thumbprint of space between the heels. Now bend the knees generously, belly comes to the tops of the thighs here. Let your sit bones get down nice and low, my friends. Let's be adventurous. Here we go. Sending the fingertips forward, up and back, we come into chair pose, Utkatasana. So here we can imagine the sit bones just hovering above the heels. Get down nice and low, hug the inner thighs together. Maybe lift the toes. Once again, remember how we spread awareness through all four corners of the feet. This might be a great pose to, practice that awareness here. So lifting the toes sometimes helps. If the shoulders feel tight, we can bend the elbows, or we can also bring the palms together here at the heart. Okay, we're here for 3 more breaths. Don't give up. Lower belly draws in, we sink a little lower, breathing deep. Gaze is just out in front, nice long beautiful neck. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Inhale in, enjoy this next move. As we exhale, press through all 4 corners of the feet, stand up nice and tall, volcano, and then exhale, release. Awesome, everyone. Take a second, bring your palms together at the heart, and just notice your breath. Great, open your eyes, soften the knees, and inhale, reach it up. Fingertips kiss up and overhead. Exhale, diving forward, follow your breath. Inhale, halfway lift, long, beautiful neck. And exhale, slide it down. Great, plant the palms, step or hop it back to plank. Top of a push-up, or you can lower the knees to half of a push-up here as we inhale. Send the gaze forward, hug the elbows into the side body, engage the inner thighs, and slowly lower down all the way to the belly, or chaturanga to upward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, anchor navel to spine, and we send it back up, downward facing dog. Follow me here, my friends. Inhale, slide the right leg up. Exhale, bend that right knee, bring it all the way through into center. Once again, high lunge. We hug the inner thighs together, reach the fingertips all the way up. Strong inner thighs. Pull that right hip crease back, fingertips kiss up and overhead, but again, if the shoulders feel tight, you can always keep the elbows nice and bent, or even palms at the heart or hands on the waist. So find what feels good. Here we are, high lunge. Great, take a deep breath in. If you're feeling adventurous, you might find a little back bend here as you send that tailbone down and really engage left sit bone to left heel, engaging that glute. Great, then press into that front big toe mound, stack head over heart, heart over pelvis. Release the fingertips back once again. And this time, so you can come to where we were before, otherwise we're gonna do a little airplane. So we're gonna hop that back foot up halfway by softening that left knee and stepping it up halfway. Find a drishti or a nice focal point in front. And soft knees here. I inhale in, exhale, lift the back foot up. So again, I'm hugging inner thighs towards the midline. I'm engaging my core, kind of spiraling that lower rib cage in. Press away, use your palms to press away, engage. Shoulders draw away from the ears, and we can play here. Finding balance, using the muscles, the awareness to wrap around the joints, creating a full body experience is what I'm trying to say here as we level the hips, and then send it to warrior 3. Fingertips reaching forward, right hip crease peels back, shoulders plug in. Breathe here, the mother of all poses here as we shine our hearts forward, nice and wide in the chest. 1 more breath. And then exhale, send it all the way back to your high lunge. Inhale in, and exhale, release it all down. Great. Take a vinyasa here, or we'll meet in child's pose. And if I do a vinyasa, I will kill this little beetle. So here we go. Okay. I have a no-kill policy on the show and in life. Navel draws up and back. And then we all take a rest in extended child's pose or child's pose. So I should say, if downward dog is your resting pose today, rock out that downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here, in and out. Find your breath. Now's a good time to really drop into that sweet, sweet breath. Great. Slowly draw a line with your nose. Look forward. Spread the fingertips or find some claws here, some nice articulation in the palms. As we come back through to all fours, walk the knees underneath the hips and send her up. Downward facing dog. All right, we're almost there, my friends. This time, we are going to step the left foot up into our lunge. Find your footing first. Take your time. Then when you're ready, send the fingertips all the way up, high lunge. Going through your checklist here, strong legs, tailbone lengthening down this time, really strong sit bone to heel connection in that right glute, right leg, sorry. It's the heat, it's getting to me. Fingertips kiss together, we take a deep breath in. Then exhale, float the fingertips down and away. Soften that back knee, hop it halfway. Again, if we're not quite doing airplane or warrior 3, we can just practice here, just where we were before. Spiraling the inner thighs in towards each other, hugging towards the midline. If you are feeling adventurous and you're ready to take it a step further, inhale in, soft buoyancy here, and exhale, we fly. Now we work to level the hips, find that upward current of energy. So good for the glutes, good for the thighs, also really great for the core here as we open the chest and use the palms to press away. Find length as we build strength. Great, flex that foot, bring it into that right glute. And we can stay here or we can reach the fingertips forward, warrior 3. Careful not to lock that standing leg. Create a full body experience. Open the chest and heart. One more breath here. Lift that right thigh up. And then exhale all the way back to that high lunge. Inhale in. And this time, exhale, interlace the fingertips behind the tailbone. Soften that back knee. And then step, hop, or slide that right foot back up to Tadasana. Great. Inhale, open the chest so you can bring the palms together here or keep the hands nice and square, you decide. Take a deep breath in and exhale, bending the knees. We come to Utkatasana variation. Bend the knees generously, open your chest and heart. Inhale in, exhale, break free, Titanic. Ah! Bring the palms together. Great, inhale in, exhale, coming into a twist to finish it off here. Outer edge of that left arm comes to the outer edge of that right thigh. Press the palms together, find extension through the crown. Bend deeply here, bringing it into that lower body, my friends. A little 2-for-1 here, lower body strength, a little core strength, and some detox as we find space between the crown of the head and the tail. One more breath. And exhale, keep the knees bent. We're challenging ourselves today, lower body, come back to center, lift the sternum to the thumbs, and take it to the other side right away. We got this. See if you can bring the knees together here. So that might require pulling the left hip crease back. Again, extend crown of the head forward, tailbone towards the back. Sit a little deeper, sink a little deeper. One more breath. And then without straightening the legs, come back to center. One more breath here. Lift your heart. And then forward fold. Hallelujah. Great, fingertips come to the mat here and we step or hop it back to plank. You can squeeze in one last vinyasa here. And then we'll bring the knees wide and send it back, extended child's pose. Take a nice deep breath in and on an exhale, let it out through the mouth. Nice work, everyone. Slowly we'll draw the chin into the chest, come back to all fours, walk the knees underneath the hip points, wrists underneath the shoulders. Here we go, final thing, we send the right toes out just like we did before. And this time we're going to bend that right knee and carve a line with it up and over, almost as if we were a puppy dog at a fire hydrant here. We're gonna press up and out of the palms here, and then you can stay here lifting the outer edge of that right leg towards the sky or the ceiling, or you can add the left arm in. So we'll reach left fingertips forward and then bending at that left elbow. So same thing we did before here, although we're taking our straight lines and now we're carving them out left to right, bending at the elbow, bending at the knee. We breathe here. Final stretch, home stretch here. Point and flex that right foot, spread the left palm, and on an exhale, release. Great. Here we go, other side, and then we're done. Sending left toes out. So we can always just start with the lower body. Bending the left knee. You can stay here. Or if you're feeling frisky, or maybe this is not your first time with this video, now you're trying it maybe for a second, third, fourth time, you might reach the right arm forward. And again, bending at the joints now. Breathe here, don't give up. Welcome that heat, that prana, that shake. Good energetic cleanse here, good for our cellular body, not just our muscles, not just our booties and our thighs and our core, but our cellular being here. One more breath, broaden through the back of the neck, and exhale, release. Awesome, bring the knees together, swim the fingertips forward, up and back, and come to rest on one ear. Child's pose. Take a couple nice, long, relaxing breaths here. Letting your heart rate return back to a softer beat. And turning onto the opposite ear here. Again, just nice, calm, smooth breaths. And then we'll bring the forehead back to center. Tuck the chin into the chest and slowly begin to roll it up. Bring the palms together at the heart. Nice work, my friends. All right, my friends, wonderful work. If you're like me right now, you're probably a little hot. Duh, just kidding. So drink lots of water after this practice. Return to the practice over and over again to build strength, and remember to always find what feels good, which is what I'm about to go do. Hey-o, Grackle. It's Austin, Texas, here in the park. So let's go find what feels good. Have a great rest of your day. Let's go see what these guys are up to over here. Hey, little fellas. Namaste. How goes it? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, that was sweet. Namaste. Friends. Oh, God. He's got a big third eye there. Oh, God. They really do. They all have big third eyes.